This video, I have a gameplay breakdown for you, and we're playing Throw on my user. He is level 22, and he is going to be using the Saints. I got the boys out here. Obviously, we're playing Mutt, but yeah, I'm going to break down some gameplay film for you. I'm going to be rocking Dollar on defense, Eagles on offense. Those are my two favorite schemes. I just like the way they play, and I feel like they're just very versatile on both sides of the ball. Gonna be trying to switch stick around a little bit, try and talk a little bit about switch stick because switch stick has completely changed Madden forever. And we'll see if we can get a fumble off this first rep, and we are able to get the fumble, but just my luck. And this is like literally, I mean, this literally is how life is with me. Just not able to make the play. I mean, we're there, everything's perfect. We get the fumble, and just not able to get it done. All right. And even better for me, looks like my opponent is going to be in the Y off trips nasty. So why would you not want to play this scheme? This is one of the most toxic schemes of Madden 25. And he's going to hit John Ross on a little whip route for about 5 yards, 10 yards, 12 yards. All right. So looking forward to this one. Not looking forward to this scheme, though. Yep. And there it is early. Gonna go to this read flat. I actually feel like a lot of people know how to stop this. Not gonna lie, I don't. I mean, I know how to stop it, but I don't really want to do what I have to do to stop it. If that makes any sense. So, and we're gonna also okay. So it appears that my opponent is truly going to snap the ball as fast as humanly possible. When you play people like this, you get your butt in 6-1, and you literally just run cover 4 and you just pray. I mean, there's nothing more than that. So that's why I love the Jets playbook. It has the 6-1 defense in it. Also has double mug in here, which I can use that as well. Love if we can get a fumble. That's why you put tank on your running back. I don't know how that's a second in inches. That looked to me like a second and 4 situation, but great. Just I'm playing dog. I mean, this guy is a beast. So Larry Allen. I got Ed Too Tall Jones. Shout out to the Cowboys theme team. And yeah, we're gonna be shifting this way all game pretty much. Just trying to stop the run. That's all I want to do. When you play people like this, you stop the run, you stop the RPO game, you make them pass, and normally that's enough. Honestly, good defense. You always contain against these people too. All right, he's gonna go to trips. Go trips nasty. Or what? I don't know what this is. Okay, out of bounds. Okay. All right. So you guys just saw what happened. So he's in pistol trips. He runs a speed out. What's crazy about this is that this is inbounds. One of the best plays by Justin Jefferson you'll ever see. And yeah, we're going to be in pistol bunch tight end. I think this is going to be life with this man. All right, we're going to put this guy way out here. One of the things I love about 6-1 that you can do is move, like, you can do this in almost any defense, but especially 6-1. I do think it actually is really good to move the linebackers out. I'm definitely in for a treat, though, because this man is going to snap the ball as fast as he can. I promise you that. Like, we're just going to be snapping the ball right at a hard flat because it doesn't matter to them. They just do whatever they want to do. They don't care objectively. Like, when you play this game, like, it's crazy how they'll just throw stuff for real. Like, you threw that for real. Shout out to Big Tay, best U trips in the country this year. And yeah, we're gonna put these quarters way down here deep. Get the snag. Great read. Just a fantastic read by throwing my user. I don't know who I'm playing, but this man, see, this is just this is just the game, man. It really is just the game right now. I could go cover 2 left. We're just trying to get some nice sheds. Great throw. Right at a vert hook too, by the way. Why would the vert hook play that when he can drop back 15 yards? You know what? We're gonna put our hooks on 5 and try to get this thing handled here. There we go. Very good. See, and I'm telling you, in 6-1, that just happens randomly. I promise you, like, that will happen a couple times a game where you're just there. I don't know why you're there, but you're there. One thing I need to do if I'm going to be in 6-1 is I need to turn auto flip off, which is something I hadn't been doing. I can go pistol bunch tight end. I think you go cover 2 here. I really do. Good. We got a nice shed. See, that's why you're on 6-1 right there. Good shed defense. Contains the run. All we're trying to do, honestly, in this game is get them in a position where they have to pass. Let me put my guy in a third. All right, I have to watch his tight end. He was on a corner route last time. I'm on Cloud. Okay. Throw that as a KO. That's a KO. That's a KO. That's a KO. That's a KO. It's one of the worst features of the game. I should have clouded both sides when he motioned out. What a painful drive. Like, seriously. Can I get that block from Big Tony G? Almost able to get it done. Man, I'll tell you, you play some special people on this game right now. You really do. Like they're very different. A lot of off meta stuff, you know, a lot of ass Madden stuff that we're seeing in the streets right now. So it's an interesting place. McDaniel gonna take it back, gonna break it. There's a gleam. There's a gleam. You guys don't know who said there's a gleam. That is the Dallas Cowboys' new head coach's dad, Marty Schottenheimer, famous for saying there's a gleam, man. There's a gleam. What he meant by that, I have no idea. But we are on to trying to score. And the one thing that is nice is we do get ball at half. And so the beauty of getting ball at halftime is if I do this correctly, he will not have an opportunity to go down and score. That is really, really important. Because as you just saw, I have no idea how I'm going to stop him. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to clock the game out. One of the most tips I can give people is to always, always, always kick the ball off. That is so important. Getting ball to half is really a great way to not let the game ever get away from you, right? It's almost impossible for you to lose a game in a way where if you get ball to half, you cannot get back in it. And so my whole goal here is to use the clock and hopefully score with very little time where he's going to be forced to pass the ball. It's not going to have to, you're not going to be able to just run the ball and have that threat. I'm going to be able to play defense in a way that makes it kind of where he has to throw to certain areas. And hopefully we're able to get a stop. So we'll see if that goes our way or not. Time will tell, but that is the goal. Okay, you heard it here first. That is the goal. One of the best plays that nobody runs out of the Eagles playbook is his RPO bubble screen. And you see he's getting a lot of user strain there. Ashton Genty needs to get out of the game. I don't know why I had him in the game. That was almost really bad because Brian Urlacher has Avalanche. Also, one of the best plays that nobody runs out of this is this cheat inside zone. Watch this tight end block. I actually called. I should not have called. I should not have snapped. See how he picks up the user like that? That's not bad. All right, so here, this is an obvious shoe clock situation. Thankful to my opponent for not calling timeouts, making this a little easier on me. And I got to be careful. I don't want to get a first down, but I'd love to get like a 2nd and 2, which would allow me to pretty much fully clock. Even if I get 3, I'm cool with that. And that's one of the mistakes that you can make when clocking half out. One of the problems with jet touch pass being your main run is you don't always remember the fact that it takes 3 or 4 seconds to get him across the field. So I was so caught up in what I had to share with you that I wasn't able to properly execute my scheme. And there we go. We get that 2nd and 7. And now you pretty much automatically are in a pretty good spot. I think he might run commit here. So I'm going to pass this ball. Because I'm okay with scoring with 20 seconds. As you see, safety just disappears. I just want to make sure I get my feet down. I almost didn't get my feet down. Why you would ever aggressive catch that, I'm not sure. But sometimes in the heat of battle, you do things that you don't normally want to do. That's how life is. That's how Madden is. Madden really is a great way to look at life, if you think about it. A lot of Madden examples, a lot of Madden principles apply to the game of life. For example, I was actually writing a list of that. You want to play life one play at a time. One play at a time, man. One play at a time. Life is a copycat league, right? Madden's a copycat league. Life itself is a copycat league. All right. So hopefully we're actually going to be able to run my basic defense, which I'm excited about. I love this Tampa 3. I think it's really, really good. Only problem is he's going to snap the ball at the speed of light. So hopefully we we will give that up all day. He's going to dive down. We want to fumble. We want to fumble. Like literally 30 players hit him. I'm also not going to lie. I want to get rid of Calvin Johnson. I don't think Calvin Johnson is very good in this game. Um, Unfortunately, here I'm kind of messed up. Been fat fingering a lot of stuff. There's a sack. Very nice. Now he's in a situation. One of the other super cool things you can do is you can run this cover two man. And the way you want to do this is you want to flip it. You want to put the blitzer like this, put your user in a deep zone, and then shade outside over top. And then basically, if you quarter, they're these two quarters and this third, they'll never really get beat. And then what I like to do is switch stick onto these guys and kind of run them deep. You could put them in, you could leave them in halves too if you wanted to. Here he only has one streak on the field. Perfect. Yeah, we just tackle. Very good. I way prefer that over the man up three deep stuff. You don't want to be in cover three. You don't want to be in the thirds. The thirds aren't good if they have to pass, like if you're trying to guard a bomb. So we're in a prime position here. Starting the second half, all we have to do is just go down and get 7. I think I do need to return that. I don't know. Can I spin? You know, I'm not gonna lie. McDaniel's been kind of mid for me. He's been kind of mid for me. It's not been that same dog that he's been for everybody else. But we're gonna start this out with the cheat inside zone. Just kind of see. Liked how that looked the first time. Got his user. See how he's kind of moving all his players to the left side or right side. We just run to the left side. Look at that tight end just block his user into the oblivion. And Eric Dickerson doing what he does, able to get some yards after contact. And guess what? We're going to run jet touch pass. Why wouldn't we? He has not really been able to stop this little mini run screen. I love when this happens, when you bump a button and for some reason they do the crowd noise. I wish you could like turn that off. Can I spin? No, I can't. All right, perfect. Great defense by my opponent there. Able to hold me to a loss of 4. And now we're kind of in a predicament. Go Y sail here. Just try to get. What's nice about this play is a lot of quick reads hitting. And that's what I was wanting right there. Nice throw. And we're out of there. Jimmy Graham to the crib. And we are officially up 1 touchdown in a critical situation. I did throw on his user and I did score a touchdown. Then that big nickel over G defense. Tough defense to face is a lot of really bad coverages in big nickel over G because match coverage doesn't really work well. And there's really not a blitz threat. It's not a great blitz in big nickel over G. So love playing someone in big nickel over G. The only reason I don't like playing somebody in big nickel over G is because at this point in the year, everybody has a bajillion defensive line abilities. Now, if I was in his shoes, I would simply just be trying to score. So we are going to change our defensive strategy up ever so slightly. And the main change that we're going to make here is we just want to make sure that this drive takes him a decent chunk of time. So what I like to do when I'm in a situation like this is I like to get back into 6-1, okay? Just because of the way that he's playing the game. I think it just makes a lot of sense. So we're going to get back in 6-1 here. I don't know why this has happened to me the last couple games where I'm just randomly lagging so bad and it makes me want to lose my mind. Like it's really a bad experience. All right, here we go. 6-1 again. Love the fact that I just did that. Cover 3 buzz. I'm just going to try to make him. That's all you got to do. You just got to make him make a throw. Honestly, some of these dudes, they just can't see. They really can't. So, all right, here we go. Last time he ran a corner route on the right side. I do got to watch for a little something. Let me put the. Darn it. Messed my defense up. That's exactly what I needed to watch for. That's exactly what you don't want to do. Why did I call that defense? That was such a bad play call by me. All right, here we go. This is the defense I want to be in right here. Good. Make him check down. Make him check down. That's all you got to do. Just make him check down. And I'll tell you, like the fact that I gave up that corner route was really, 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 really bad. Really, really, really bad. Here we go. And just a great run. I mean, just the greatest of runs we've ever seen. And you saw, I mean, this is where I'm telling you, it's all about situations. Like, I wish that would have made him take a little bit more time, but now we're in kind of an interesting situation with about 4 minutes left to go in the game. My ball. A lot of ways this could play out, but basically what I want, even if I only get a field goal, because I know that if I can get him where he can't run the ball, I know that I can box his passing. The primary issue is in bunch tight end that has some of the best runs in the game. And so what I'm trying to make sure of here is that really this drive, what I want is for this drive to take a lot of time, because if this drive takes a lot of time, then he won't be able to just run a basic drive. He'll have to pass, and we saw what happened when he had to pass. So my goal in this drive is to basically make this drive take a little bit of time here. Try to run the ball here inside zone. Like I said, I think this inside zone is grossly underrated. Um, as you saw right there. I mean, just simple play, but really, really effective. That tight end goes over. Yeah, oftentimes will block their user. So gonna fake some hot routes. He's probably gonna be able to stop this, but we're gonna see. And he is with a great diving tackle. And we're gonna have to get out of this formation. We're gonna have to get over here to motion post. Now, the one thing I love about motion post is it's really good against the type of defense that he's playing. So let's see here. And he's going to give us a free play over the top to Too Tall Jones, who's going to drop it because he got a very bad animation. And I thought he was in match coverage all along, and we just confirmed that. So, yeah, that's not ideal for me. Not ideal at all. So, I'm anticipating match coverage again here. Looking for this out route. I had the circle receiver for a touchdown, but I knew that that out route would hit. And the reason I like that out route against match coverage is it just really is a very simple, safe completion. And kind of a big spot there. I'm going to let the clock run a little bit here. He's going to dive down. I'm able to keep this with Poe. Just get a couple yards. And that's going to take us to the fourth. Again, this drive's really not going great for me. He's been able to stop the run when he needs to. As you see here, he's starting to kind of know that we're going to run the ball. There's a couple of things that you can do in this situation. One of the things is I know that if I run the fake jet touch pass, like I know it's going to be a touchdown. It's either going to be a sack or a touchdown, right? Based on how he's playing defense. So I have that. The other thing that I would love to be able to do though is, as you see, he's in this big nickel over G. One of the big weaknesses of this is this audible right here to this formation, because as you see, the nickel corner kind of stays over here. Now he does flip, but his adjustments are going to not be very good. So I should be able just to throw this, get a couple free yards with Calvin. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. And you better believe it, boys. What do you call here on this 3rd and 1? This isn't a great situation for me, but I think I know what I want to call. It is the fake jet touch pass quarterback power. It's really good if you need a yard. And Don Terry Poe gets this Truz ability. So this should be a decent chance because he's going to sell out for this jet touch pass. As you see, user goes over there. The Red Sea parts. Don Terry Poe gets the first down. Gets us to that 2 minutes and 30 mark. And I'm going to let this clock go all the way down. I think I have to call hike, though. It really looks like I do. So, going to kind of run a little bit more of a horizontally spaced concept. Looking for this tight end quick. Able to hit it because he cloud flatted. And not a big hurt that we get out of bounds there because of the 2-minute warning. It was going to stop the clock no matter what anyway. So now we do get a 2nd and 4. The nice thing about this 2nd and 4 is we are going to be able to, go back to this fake jet pass power. He might think it's a sweep, But we're going to get him with that quarterback wrap, quarterback power again. Not able to get the yardage we wanted, but we're okay. And now we're in a situation. So, kind of off that 2 minute deal, we are in field goal range. To me, I know that if I score 7 here, he's going to have to pass. So I think I just basically call this motion angle play again. Just the way he's playing defense, I feel like it's going to be there. I'm gonna look at this flat, not really there. I do get that one-on-one to that nice out route. Perfect timing. He actually ran the route really bad, but it worked out for us. We got the first down, and I'm telling you, this is what you have to do to these big nickel over G bunch tight end where they're going to run the ball. Gotta have, you got to have like a fairly simple scheme, and really you got to take advantage of the clock, right? As you see, we're able just to kind of strategically position him in a way that makes it hard for him to be able to answer, right? One of the nice things about this RPO cheat bubble is you can stem this up so it becomes a streak. And then basically it's cheat tight end zone here. And good defense by him. And now to me, this is where you try to kind of go ahead and take your 7. If he's gonna give me 7, right? I want to make sure that I take that 7. So going to go to the fake jet wheel. I'm going to flip it on him, and then I'm going to do my hot routes real quick so he's not going to even see any animation. Might think that I'm just going to run the jet touch pass real quick. Should sell out for it. And as you see, there's that tight end. Free touchdown. That's, I think, the second time we got a free touchdown out of that play this game because of him overcommitting to the run. And that's how you can really set that up with that jet touch pass, that fake jet. Had he not given that to me, that would have been a situation where I would have been completely okay with taking a sack, trying to scramble out of there, whatever. But obviously, you don't want to really run the ball in that situation. You want to make sure that you're giving yourself a chance. I feel like that's not a bad score there because he only has now 2 timeouts. He's down a touchdown, 47 seconds. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for me because I know that if he has to pass the ball, he's not shown the ability to do that. In terms of like, he's not showing the ability to consistently be able to pass without the threat of a run and be able to dot. So I feel pretty confident in my defense and our ability to be able to handle that. So I'm going to go into that, and you're going to see right here, we're basically going to be Tampa 3. Real simple defense. Going to be switch sticking onto these vert hooks down below. And just trying to make sure, don't give up a 1-play touchdown either. And we got those deep corners. There's that deep post. Throws right into 2 players. Unfortunately, not able to pick the ball off. And that pretty much shows you everything you need to know about his passing attack. All right. Now, we are in the middle of the field, so he's in a kind of an interesting position. I don't really want to not deep half, but the beauty of this, because he's in a spread formation, these outside thirds, they'll never get beat by a streak. So I'm mainly just kind of looking for that deep post. There you see, there it is. He actually takes that, but he's in the middle of the field. So now he's going to have to burn one of those timeouts. And again, he needs 7. He needs a touchdown. Field goal is not going to do it for him. We're not going to give him anything to the sideline, and we're going to try to just take these vert hooks and be able to eliminate the stuff over the middle. It's kind of the goal here. And unfortunately, that's not a pick, and unfortunately, he gets out of bounds. And this is one of the main issues with Madden 25. As you can see right here, I have the cloud flat right in perfect position. He runs an out route. He throws right at it. I click on, I try to catch it, and the game just dumbs out. So fun little feature there. All right. And now he's going to the double post thing. He actually got us. It was actually a good play by him. That's actually super unfortunate that he ran that play. It's one of my least favorite plays in all of Madden 25. It's just this PA comeback play, and it just honestly, it kind of breaks that coverage that I like to run. But here we should be in a better position this time to handle that. And he probably won't run that again. That does get him in scoring position, though, so that's unfortunate. So we actually did not. And there we go. Trying to kind of anticipate what he's going to do. He doesn't look like he's going to seam streak me. Of course, I say that. He goes to trips. One of my favorite things to do to trips would be a defense like this. I still have the middle third, but then I now get a quarter. And because of that, I'm going to have to deep half here. And I'm going to look to switch stick onto the yellow zone on the side. Looking for that post. Make him have to throw that. He has to get out of bounds. And now we got a first and goal inside the 5. Honestly, really good job by my opponent, though. I will say, we didn't play the greatest defense. Now he's in a position where he does have a run threat. One of the real nice things here is I would actually like him to run the ball. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go DB Fire 2. Yeah, I'm just going to go with this. Kind of knew that was coming. I just need to get in there. There's an intentional grounding, and because of that intentional grounding, that should be a runoff that basically ends the game. So yeah, somehow that all worked out for us, even though we played really bad down the stretch there. But that just goes to show you, you play somebody that doesn't have the best passes in the game, and he did not get any runoff. That's actually incredible. So we are going to third, protect sticks. These yellows will go back to the end zone. The main thing you got to look for is a post. There's that post, and was hoping we would get there a little better, but it's going to bring up a third and goal. I'm just going to drop these back to 20. I think that might make more sense. So I'm dropping my yellows and my flats back to 20, and I have the outside thirds here. Looking for that post. He's going to throw right at my guy. He's going to throw right at my face. And you got to go for 2 now, bro. I feel like you have to go for 2 after a situation like that. So what I like to do in this situation is kind of bluff DB Fire. I'm going to man this tight end up. No, I should not do that. That should be a mid-read. I'm going to blitz my user. And he's going to throw right at it, and he's going to drop it, and GG's. Yeah, I mean, just a fantastic defensive play by me at the end of the day. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. We're able to pull that one out. I don't know how we won that game. I'm not going to lie. We just got to get this onside, Lord willing. This is actually a super hard onside. I kind of hate the way onsides are this year. We'll see if we can get this. I'm just going to run over here with Nitschke and try to get it. You can go up to Calvin. Calvin's my best player. You got to trust your best player. At the end of the day, it's going to be GG's. We wrap up the W, throw on my user. We did throw. He threw on my user, and he completed it. So shout out to him. Now he's going to do this crazy encroachment glitch. So why wouldn't you? But yeah, you guys want to get my ebooks? They're in our school community. Hopefully you execute a little better than I did down the stretch there, because I was actually amazed that he was able to even get the ball in scoring position. But he is going to get out of here. Thanks for watching the game, and that is another W for us.